Hi readers, welcome back to my channel, Lila Wanders and Reads. Lee here, and welcome to my weekend books. This has actually been a pretty productive and good week. I read 5 books. 2 of them were rereads, which I don't normally do in one case so soon after I've read a book, but I'll tell you why when we get there. I started out the week with a book called The Ghostwriter by Julie Clark. I think I'm also going to discuss this with an online book club that I participate in, but I couldn't wait. I finished the whole thing. I absolutely loved this. Now, let me tell you what it's about. June 1975, the Taylor family shatters in a single night when 2 teenage siblings are found dead in their own home. The only surviving sibling, Vincent, never shakes the whispers and accusations that he was the one who killed them. Decades later, the legend only grows as his career as a horror writer skyrockets. Ghostwriter Olivia Dumont has spent her entire professional life hiding the fact that she is the only child of Vincent Taylor. Now on the brink of financial ruin, she's offered a job to ghostwrite her father's last book. What she doesn't know, though, is that this project is another one of his lies, because it's not another horror novel he wants her to write. After 50 years of silence, Vincent Taylor is finally ready to talk about what happened in 1975. Almost choked on my own spit. Another rarity. I did not like Olivia Dumont. She was not, to me, a likable character. She makes some shady choices, which I don't have a problem with, but I just didn't like her. But I loved the book. I actually think I liked her father more than I liked her. I love the book. There were twists in here, things that were unexpected, and I liked this one so much, I bought a copy to send to a friend who's going on vacation this week, so I hope she enjoys it. Love that there's sprayed edges, which I've tabbed up. That's how many clues were in this book. I loved it. Highly recommend if you're looking for a good thriller. Next up is my first reread, and I reread this originally, I think in 2022, and I reread this because I had recommended it for book club. Everybody voted for this, so I had to reread Monday's Not Coming. This is a beautiful story. I got so much more out of it the second time around. My poor copy is in tatters practically. The author wrote this to bring attention to the fact that so many missing young girls and boys of color do not get the attention that young white people get in the media when they're missing. If I might not have said that. And this is based on 2 actual cases, and it's just heartbreaking. Monday Charles is missing, and only Claudia seems to notice. Claudia and Monday have always been inseparable, more sisters than friends. So when Monday doesn't turn up for the first day of school, Claudia starts to worry, etc., etc. How can a teenage girl just vanish without anyone knowing she's gone? I'm not going to read the blurbs on every one of these in full because I've got a time issue. Anyway, this is a YA novel. However, this to me exemplifies what YA can be and should be if it's done correctly. She doesn't write down to the reader. She expects the reader to read up, and it's so accessible. It did not feel young at all. Oh, some people said they had to Google some slang. Yeah, I have to do that with adult books too sometimes. Anywho, I highly recommend this book. It is so powerful. It's so beautiful. I love the way Claudia thinks in colors, and also at some points in the book, the author, and I don't know if it's just me, but it seemed like she would list a day of the week like Saturday traffic to bring the attention in your mind back to Monday. I can't recommend this book enough. It was worth the reread. Next up, I had a bit of a journey to get this book. I went to Barnes & Noble to look for it. They said, and still say, that they have it in stock. They don't. because we couldn't find it. Then a few days later, well, then I ordered it from Amazon, and guess what? It didn't show up. So, along with 2 other items, none of them showed up. I ended up having to cancel. So I ordered it online for Barnes & Noble because they still said they had it in stock. They canceled it from my local store. And finally, I re-ordered it from Amazon and it made it. Anywho, that is These Summer Storms by Sarah MacLean. Was it worth all that effort? No, but it was a good book and I enjoyed it. I've never read anything by her before. Alice Storm hasn't been welcome at her family's magnificent private island off the Rhode Island coast in 5 years. Not since she was cast out and built her life beyond the Storm name, influence, and untold billions. But the shocking death of her larger-than-life father changes everything. She plans to keep her head down, only stay a week, but a whole week on Storm Island, not an easy task for her. And of course, her father has sent them on a final game, so to see what they can get to win their inheritance. Anywho, this was fun. I only tabbed one place, and it was a fun read. Didn't hate it, but if I'd known it was just going to be, it was good. I really liked it, but did I need to order it 4 times or look for it 4 times? Probably not, but I'm stubborn that way. The next reread that I did was another YA book, actually. There is a reboot of I Know What You Did Last Summer. I went to watch it last Friday. I absolutely loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. I will buy it when it comes on streaming. That's how much I liked it. Jennifer Love Hewitt's in there, Freddie Prinze Jr. I just loved it. But before I went to see that, I figured I should reread the original 1973, this version is 1975, edition of I Know What You Did Last Summer, net by Lois Duncan. Now, I've heard that she updated it. I'm curious about that. And it's possible I could go get, I should have bought it yesterday. Anyway, it's possible I could go get this book and read the updated version with cell phones, etc. Okay. Last summer, 4 terrified friends made a desperate pact to conceal a shocking secret. But now, someone's learned the truth. The horror is starting again. There's an unknown avenger out there who's stalking them in a deadly game. Will he stop at terror, or is he out for revenge? If you've read this, you know that there is a major difference between the book and the original film. And it is in who they kill and how they react to it. I almost wish someone, I don't know why I guess because they wanted to make it a slasher film, but I would love to see this kind of rebooted with that one twist. Because that is, I can't give it away, and there's a story I want to tell about Lois Duncan, so look, I do want to tell it. So here, when I stick my finger up, that's when spoilers start. When I stick my finger up again, that's when spoilers end. Lois Duncan said she wrote this because she was listening to her daughter and a friend talk about a boy, and in that conversation, at some point, they realized they were talking about the same boy. And that's the spoiler in here, is the bad guy is the same guy to 2 different girls. One, he's sort of a romance interest. The other, not actually, but kind of. He's inserted herself into her life. And that's just genius. I wish they would have done that. End of spoilers. Anywho, I wish they would have done that in the movie, but they didn't for whatever reason. The book, this is written in 1973. It's written in 1973. That's important here, folks. Oof, the misogyny and the internalized misogyny is blatant. If I read this in the early 80s, I wouldn't have blinked an eye. Now it sticks out like a sore thumb to me. There was also some body shaming and appearance shaming. It's stereotyping. It's very stereotypical. However, the story is fantastic. I loved the story. love to see that version on film because it's a much more, it's not a slasher book. It's a much more subtle kind of horror. Anywho, read that, went to see the movie, absolutely loved the movie. I rewatched Thursday night, I rewatched the original, but I fell asleep through most of it. So, anywho, I got the gist. Except I don't remember who's the killer in the original. Oh well. Finally, I finished up A Resistance of Witches by Morgan Ryan last night. This one, believe it or not, I don't read as much on the weekends as I do on the weekdays. Because the weekdays, I come home, I fix dinner, I'm tired, I sit down and read. But on the weekends, I've got stuff going on. I took Thursday and Friday off, so I think I started this on Friday evening. I might have started it Thursday evening, and then I put it down Friday. I had to mow the yard, I went to the movies, then I had book club. So I didn't pick this up when I got home Friday night, and then I did pick it up for a few minutes, but not a lot. So having to pick it up, put it down, pick it up, put it down, makes me lose momentum. So I did not enjoy this as much as I think I would have if I read it in the work week. I still give it 4 stars. I've considered putting it down to 3.5, but again, I'm not going to punish the book because I lost momentum. This is about witches and World War II, right up my alley. Stubborn, plain-spoken, and from an unimpressive family, Lydia Polk never expected to be accepted into the Royal Academy of Witches. Now, with Hitler's army rampaging across Europe, the witches of Britain have joined the war effort. Have they, though? And Lydia is key to the cause. She must use her power to track down just one magical relic before Hitler and his sycophants can. A Nazi witch infiltrates the academy with heartbreaking consequences, the coven's shaken and divided, and now Lydia has to go out on her own to find the grimoire that they're searching for. And she finds allies in Rebecca Gagne, I don't know how to pronounce that, a French resistance fighter, and Henry Boudreau, and a Haitian American. Fun read. I just lost momentum, so it's all on me. I do recommend this book. There's a twist, there's a betrayal, all things I love. Anywho, that is it for me. I don't know what I'm reading next because it's Sunday when I'm recording this, and I've got chores to do. Gotta wash my bed sheets, gotta wash my stuff for work next week. If you hear noise, I had my dishwasher running. And I just took a little 20-minute break so I could do this video and stop folding clothes for a second. Anywho, that is all for me. Now, if you've read any of these books, I'd love to hear what you think about them. And if you've stuck with me this long, as always, thank you for sticking with me on my journey, and happy reading.